Do 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 do. Well, good evening, everybody. Hello, Fakeologist here, the quirky guy from the North Shore of Lake Ontario in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the lockdown capital of Canada. We're not locked down anymore, but we're still talking about it. It's Tuesday. It's January 24th, 2023. It's 7:06 Eastern Time, Eastern North America time. I'm just going to call it that because we do have a worldwide audience. Eastern North America time. I'm not going to say if it's daylight saving or standard time anymore because I always get mixed up anyhow. So it's 7 o'clock Eastern North America time, Toronto time, New York time. We do this show sometimes on the weeknights between 7, but it's usually between 8 and 8:30. Tonight we're going to be early because we have a special guest coming in from Sofia, Bulgaria, which is 6 hours ahead of us. So it's 1 in the morning there. And we wanted to get this guest on. We've wanted to get this guy on for a long time. Jon LeBon of jonlebon.com, who is the intrepid Australian traveler who has uprooted himself and positioned himself in one of the more inexpensive Eastern European countries to make a life. Super bold, super daring to do. Really a fish out of water, I would say. And he's a super fan, I would say, of Fakeologist. He's a harsh critic of Fakeologist, but that's okay. The opposite of love is indifference. So the fact that he is critical is a sign of respect. I'm fine with that. As you see on the bottom of your screen, you see the scrolling bill ticker on the bottom. That's the phone numbers. Those are the phone numbers. You can call in and you can call in and talk to us. I know Dave J said he was going to call in. So Dave J, if you want to call in, I will conference you on Discord. That's probably the best way to do it. But Jon LeBon is in Discord right now, but he's also in my studio, so he should probably log out of Discord. And you says, you said John sounds grumpy. Well, he's either grumpy or drunk usually at this time of night. I don't want to cast aspersions on the poor man, but that's his usual condition at this time of night. But maybe he's stone cold sober. We don't know. We haven't had any updates from John in a long time. So we're going to find out. We're going to find out about that and how he's been and what he's up to. And he just tagged me out of the blue today because he was trying to get on the Discord server, fake11.com/Discord. And when he went there, the link was dead. That's probably why no one has joined my Discord server in a while. So thank you for that hat tip, Jon LeBon. So now it's updated. I don't know how it died because we had an indefinite invite there, but it was dead. So we updated it and it should work. Anytime there's a problem with any of my websites, just send me an email at I'm@fakeologist.com. Sorry, I'm@fakeologist.com. And I will receive it. That's my number one interaction point is my email. Everyone should stick to email. I know it's censored and has blacklists and all kinds of obstacles to being perfect, but it's better than all the other places, I think, for sending correspondence because it's somewhat private. You can make your email really private by using keys. I give you my public key and then you give me your private key. I can't remember how it works, but it's called PGP, pretty good privacy. I don't think anyone uses it. I know they wanted to make it illegal at one point because they like to read email. That's the whole point of the mail service. Even back to the old postal mail days, they just used it for intelligence gathering. So, anyhow, what do we got here? I just got an email from Malaga Bay, another blog that was posting some death statistics from England and Wales. How you guys been? How's everybody? Oh, I should open up the FacoTube chat. So let me open that. I just got an email from Malaga. Oh, I just opened up FacoTube. That's why I heard my voice. We're going to open a new tab up and see if there's anyone in the FacoTube chat. And there's absolutely nobody. And that's what happens when you don't do a show regularly. You lose your audience. And I apologize for that, but I have just backed off a little bit so I can do other things. Because when you do a show every night, even though you're on for 1 hour, there's another hour of show closing. And of course, if you're studious, you'll spend half an hour at least preparing for the show. And I did not. I do not usually prepare for the show. I just show up and start reading my blog and FacoTube, take a couple calls, and before you know it, an hour's gone. And good evening, Dirty Benny. Dirty Benny is in the YouTube. Now, we usually cut YouTube off. The main reason I have YouTube going at the beginning of the show is so you know to go to FacoTube and continue watching and commenting on the show there. Because we can't trust what we might talk about is going to be censor proof. And that's why we usually turn off the YouTube show within the first 5 minutes. And the other reason I do use YouTube a little bit is obviously I have been had my strikes go away, and also you get, I think, some kind of notification on YouTube. I guess you got maybe it shows up on your sidebar. I know you don't get an email from YouTube anymore, so that's not useful. But I know so many people are actually on YouTube. Then they might see the show up live. So maybe they know enough. So it looks like there are 3 people on YouTube right now and 1 person on D Live. And we stream on YouTube, Facebook, Unknown Causes Group, Twitter, D Live, and FacoTube. But Dirty Benny's a big supporter of the Fakeologist forums, which is fakeologist.com/forums too. But I think Dirty Benny's against being on FacoTube, which is our other platform that we pay for. Actually, you guys pay for it, and I really appreciate all the donors at fakeologist.com/donate. You guys pay for it. And the best way to send a donation is just through DonorBox, which is on top of your screen. And I just noticed I haven't been sharing my screen, so I apologize for that. Let's wake up. I wonder what what's showing on FacoTube, or what's showing on the video. Absolutely nothing. Oh man, it just shows you how completely unprepared I am. So here's a screen for once. So here's the donation page. So this is the easiest way. You can make it weekly or monthly or recurring or one time. And the other easy way to do it is you get this Veet wallet on your phone, Apple or Android. Get the Veet wallet and just scan this wallet, and I will receive some Veet, which can be switched over to what can it be switched over to? Bitcoin or Epic. It doesn't really matter. Actually, this opens up the Veet Epic wallet, so you need Epic for that. But if you want to just send me Bitcoin, you can do that down here. That's my Bitcoin address. I haven't even checked this, so I should check it. By the way, I just unmuted John LeBon. Are you there, John?
I'm here. Can you hear me? My comments pretty clear?
You're great. I wanted you to chat to me if you were here, but then I thought maybe you didn't see that, so I just figured I'll just
Well, it's great to
unmute.
be here. Hello to yourself and to all the listeners all around the world here at fakeologist.com. It's been a little while, Ab, since you and I last chatted. A few months, I think, actually. So it's great to
Too,
be back and
too
to
long.
talk with yourself and all the listeners
I don't think we've
all
had a
around the world.
formal show in the evening, have we? Where I'm on a good mic that actually sounds good as opposed to echoing away in my car.
Well, you might recall we did a show perhaps a year or so ago, you, myself, and Tim Osman from Infinite Plan Society. And that was, about a year ago. So the time has flown by, hasn't it?
Well, not a one-on-one, but yeah, we were with Tim Osmond, but yeah, that's true.
Well, I have to say
And
from the outset, I appreciate you starting this show earlier to accommodate me. I'm here in beautiful Plovdiv, Bulgaria, where it is 2 o'clock in the morning. And I thought we were going to start at 3 o'clock my time. So I do appreciate you maybe having dinner earlier or putting dinner off to accommodate me.
no, I choked down
So,
dinner real quick. I was ready to go at 6:30, but then I didn't see you, but I contacted you, so we're all good. I'm happy to do it. Of course, I would do it. Normally, I try and interview Europeans on Sunday because I can do that in the middle of the day, and that's usually early evening for Eastern or Western or Central Europeans like yourself. But if since you're up, I was happy to accommodate, as I would anybody. But the earliest I can usually set at the mic is 6:30. Really not too possible to get any earlier.
that's fair enough. Well, I've been listening to your audio chats with Rick and with Frank, and it sounds like you're very busy with work, Abs. So I'm
Well,
glad to hear
yeah.
that business is going well.
Well, yeah. Now the season's now officially dead, so we're back to the dead season, which is fine with me. Money isn't everything, but I usually can be home on time now, which is great. And yeah, here we are. So welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going? I'll try not to talk too much about because I don't even do shows regularly in the last bit. So I'm so far behind talking to my audience that I was using the opportunity before you showed up to talk. But now that you're here, I'm gonna have to concentrate on you and your website and how you have been. So how have you been at johnlebon.com? Is it still closed to new membership or is it open?
Still closed to new membership, but I do plan to open it on March 11 because that is, of course, the anniversary of our mate Ted Ross at the World Health Organization officially characterizing the coronavirus as a pandemic. You might recall he had the big press conference and he said, this coronavirus can be characterized as a pandemic. He never said it's officially a pandemic, but we used
Yeah.
that as the date, 3/11, when it all became official. And something interesting actually, I was updating my fakeologist page on johnthebond.com. Many years ago, back in 2016, I created a page on the website, available publicly, it still is. A lot of what's on johnthebond.com is still available publicly. So some people have this idea that it's all closed. It isn't. There's still tons of content that's available publicly. And I started this page called Fakeologist, where I just explained what I think Fakeologist is. And if you're not familiar with it, here are the things you need to know. And then I listed all of my appearances there. But I hadn't updated it for about 3 years. So I've spent the past couple of days updating that page. And I was going through my appearances and I forgot this, but it all makes sense. Around that middle of March, I was on like 7 consecutive audio chats. And I'm looking forward to going and downloading them and re-listening to see what was I saying, what were you saying, because we had, or I shouldn't say we, you had probably a dozen, maybe even 20 people were flying through Fakeologists because that was when the world was changing, wasn't it? The world was changing rapidly. We didn't know what
Mhm.
was happening. We didn't know if it was going to be a temporary thing or a long-term thing. And I'm looking forward to going back and listening to those audio chats. So I've got them all listed, all of my appearances, and more importantly than that, all of my opinions or my general overview of what Fakeologist is. And so because I finished updating that page, I contacted you and said, hey, I would love to come and talk on an audio chat about all of this. And then you came up with a better idea. Let's do an interview. So here we are. And hopefully, Ab, we can discuss things that the audience finds interesting, pertinent, worthwhile, worth their time.
Yeah. Now, if we talk about Corona, should we? That means we should turn off the YouTube because I don't know what you can say on YouTube. They are always changing,
Yeah, that's
and
up to you.
so I think I'm going to turn off YouTube right now. I'm sorry, Dirty Benny. I think Dirty Benny's in YouTube, and he's a huge supporter of the website. But I'm going to turn it off. But Dirty Benny, you can always go to fakeotube.com I know not everyone wants to go there, but if you go to
I think he's
FacoTube,
watching through your Restream studio because he's leaving comments in the Restream. He says, "Good evening to you and to
yeah, but
myself."
that's
So,
those come through YouTube. You can't. No one is in the
oh, I
Restream
see.
studio except you. So
Oh,
what
I see.
happens is Restream will grab all the comments from the supported sites, of which FacoTube is not one. So I'm going to turn YouTube off and go to facotube.com. And this is FAK 663, John LeBon. Just type in 663 in the FacoTube search and you'll come to this page and you'll be able to listen to the rest of it. So sayonara, YouTube.